Okay, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, let's go. So we're gonna continue. Yes, the adventure of the Runaway Room! You'll get to a point and it'll pull you in. Yeah, no, it started getting good and then I just, I fell off of it again.
Glancing over my records of the late last century, I am faced by the events of a certain bitter winter.
Oh, shit.
A murder in a carriage.
Oh, no!
As it sped through dense London fog in the dead of night. Though the victim and the perpetrator were the only ones inside, there were multiple witnesses to the crime itself. However, none could have imagined at the time that such a seemingly obvious case as this would end in such a horrendous manner. My friend, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Herlock Sholmes.
Said of the incident. I believe that perhaps that case was indeed the prelude. The beginning of a long concerto that impressive Japanese student and I were to play together.
Hamburger Johnson? Also, Urek, I hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday. Also, same to Spoons, even though he came in here with Jared Leto news.
Amazing. Is this really just
anime?
Railway station?
Railway station or not, I've never seen such an enormous building before.
Hope you polish your London accents. Crikey.
All the steam locomotives.
Yeah, I'm burning hot!
This country is incredible.
There's a lot of posh people. I don't think we can count this.
I feel like I'm dreaming.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
It's cool that they speak perfect English.
Where to?
Oh, hello.
Climb aboard. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
In that case, the Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
My pleasure.
Crikey.
I suppose you're visiting students from abroad, eh?
Yes.
Crikey, Governor, it's Hamburger Johnson.
Enjoy your stay. And welcome.
Thanks for that prompt, Coconut.
Centre of the world. Great Britain's mighty capital, London.
I can't do accents. I kind of don't want to. Oh boy, this is fucking fancy ass. I don't even know what a West Country accent is. Also, I don't want to upset Plum. Oh, the one you can't understand at all in Hot Fuzz. Oh, God. Why do I feel like Professor Layton's about to pop up? That was a very Professor Layton scene. I love Professor Layton. Hot Fuzz is set in my hometown. Yo, that's awesome. Oh, God. Plum. Lots of love. Lots of love. I know I say I don't want to upset Plum. But I think my actions are contrary to that. I'm sorry, Plum. Oh. British Supreme Court. Lord Chief Justice's office. What an incredible place. It's so imposing. It's almost suffocating. This place is breathtaking. It looks like a fortress. There's some stone buildings like this in Japan now, of course. But they've only been built in the few short decades since we opened our borders to the outside world. An authentic example like this has quite a different impact, wouldn't you agree? A far cry from the wood and paper most of our buildings are constructed from. It's certainly unfamiliar. But I think there's more to the differences than just construction materials. What is this place again? Looks like Dracula's castle, right? Simon Pegg grew up / went to school about a mile from here. Oh, that's awesome. That's really neat. I really like Simon Pegg. Oh, we gotta wiggle wiggle. Okay, hold on. Hold on, Spoons. Let me redeem this. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah, you thank Spoons for that. This is the Lord Chief Justice's office, Johnson's son, in the Supreme Court of Great Britain. The Lord Chief Justice? We had instructions to report here at this time. If, circumstances were different, we were supposed to let the Lord Chief Justice know that we had arrived from Japan. But Kazuma can't. No. So instead, we're here in a different capacity. As envoys, to report the news of Kazuma-sama's death. Yeah. And having delivered his or her message, an envoy's duty is done. So, we'd have to return to Japan. If we want to remain here in Great Britain, I have to take Kazuma's place as the law student selected for the study tour. Yes, which means you need the requisite qualifications as a lawyer. Which is what I've been studying for. On these past 2 months, he's been studying to be a lawyer. Can I say wiggle wiggle in Cockney though? Probably not. Johnson's son will never not be funny to me. It's so good. Listen, I'll try to do it, but not on prompt. I don't think I can do that on prompt. I'm sure we'll find a character that we can do a weird accent for at some point. He's the one lawyer for all those international waters we hear about. Yes, lawyer of international waters, where crime is legal. Hold on, that would have been more impressive if I actually had the overlay to show at the same time. Crime is now legal. Here in Great Britain, it is the Lord Chief Justice who appoints lawyers.
The moment some dingus in a flat cap appears in this game and you're screaming it's Plum.
I wouldn't do that, Plum. Unless you want to be Herlock Sholmes. But I don't think you want to be that guy. Plum, I think I would put you more into a Professor Layton game, honestly. I don't know if you quite fit in this universe of Ace Attorney. But we'll see, we'll see. This is a different... I haven't played this game, and this is kind of a different timeline, so... Okay, yeah, I already read that. So, that's the second reason why we're here, to have you officially recognized as a lawyer. It's the only way that we'll be able to remain here in London. I hope I'm up to scratch. Ah, good morning. Sorry for keeping you. Who is this? Oh, God. Okay. Oh. I trust you aren't too exhausted after your long voyage from Japan. It seems I'm 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 47 seconds late. My apologies. Oh, no, no, no. Don't mention it. We're never happier than when we're standing around with nothing much to do. Awkward. How fortunate. So, introductions. I am Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of the British Empire. Ugh, and I feel like a little mouse under an elephant's foot. Come on, Mr. Johnson! Don't be a mouse! Oh, it's an honor to meet you, Lord Chief Justice Strongheart. I'm Hamburger Johnson from the Empire of Japan. Fuck. Well, Mr. Johnson. Welcome to London, the capital of our glorious British Empire. Yes. Thank you. Hey there, Clipper! Welcome in! Hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday. We're doing some voice acting. I hope you're not stuck in meetings all day today. I hope your day is relatively meeting-free. Should we examine? I kind of want to examine this area first before we start talking to him. What's up with these gears? Is this some kind of clock? Actually, I think we might be inside some sort of giant clock. But those gears are larger than anything you'd find on a steam locomotive, even. It's eerie. Do you think clocks are some sort of hobby of his? The Lord Chief Justice, I mean. Well, boys do enjoy fiddling around with machines, don't they? I'm not sure you could fiddle with cogs that size, and I'm certain you couldn't call him a boy. Still, it's amazing how little noise the cogs make, considering how large they are. There's actually something quite soothing about their precise rhythm. Bugging me that the physics of these gears is not accurate. Yeah, I have a feeling this is just for show, but they are inside of a giant clock, so... Enjoy your bath, Plum. I hope you have an excellent bath. Look at these menacing metal giants facing each other across the room. I believe they're suits of armor. Oh, right. I thought maybe they were like the lion dogs we have in Japan guarding shrine gates.
Plumberry muffin. I'll fill the bath with my tears, Metroid. With my tears.
No! No! Please fill it up with water too, though. You're gonna dehydrate yourself. Please stay hydrated. No, not at all. In fact, in Europe, suits of armor like these are always possessed by evil spirits, you know. And they roam around in the middle of the night. Really? Is there nothing you don't know, Miss Susato? This book tells me everything I need to know about everything. If you're ever unsure, just ask. Where did she get that incredible tone? I love how her book tells her that suits of armors are haunted. Just look at all the naughty books packed together. Please look at the spelling of that word. I did not say the other spelling of that word. Naughty. Naughty. K-N-O-T-T-Y. Just look at all the naughty books packed together on these shelves. They go from floor to ceiling. And they're all books that you couldn't hope to come by in Japan. It's like a dream. Yes, a very bad dream. Naughty, naughty books, yep. They're not all about British law either. There are books about the judicial systems of other Western nations. France, Germany, Spain, Holland. What about Russia? Why do you ask? I was wondering about asking the Lord Chief Justice how you say wardrobe in Russian. What do you think? Good callback. I think perhaps it's a thought best abandoned. Hey there, Okami! Welcome in! Have you installed it yet? Have you set it up? Congrats. Yeah, he has to ask how they say wardrobe in Russian because he was stuck in one on a Russian ship a few months back. This must be the Lord Chief Justice's desk. I believe it's made of marble. It looks more like an over-the-top tombstone that's toppled over to me. I think that's your fanciful imagination at work again, Mr. Johnson. It feels like everything that's normally made of wood and paper at home is made of bricks and stone here. I know. That's why this place feels so overbearing, I'm sure. Working on it now, just got home. Yo, nice, nice. Well, congrats again. That's weird. Why can I... Okay. I don't think there's anything else we can examine over here. Okay. Let's converse. So, what are your impressions of our capital so far? How do you like London? Oh, well, help? I've been so nervous ever since I got here that I can't remember a single thing about the city. It's simply splendid, isn't it, Mr. Johnson? Oh? We had a wonderful view of some of London's streets from the carriage on the way here from the station. Everything is so impressive and grand. I must say, I'm at a loss for words. I'm glad to hear you like it. The city boasts tramways, piped water and gas, even cables supplying electricity. We spearhead every revolutionary new technology in the world. Every visitor to London is astounded. Oh my gosh! Thank you! Thank you for the... Hold on. Was that an automatic one again? Ko-fi. So every once in a while it just pops a random, yes, okay. So the resubs on Ko-fi automatically get resubbed as well. Like, it doesn't, it just happens, I guess, exactly like a month from the last time they did. So thank you for being subbed to my Ko-fi page. Person whose username is not listed for whatever reason. Thank you so much. Also reminder, on my Ko-fi page, I do a monthly sticker club. So every month, if you donate more than, I think it's $8 or more, is that what it is? I think that's it. You get access to a whole bunch of behind-the-scenes content, and also I do a monthly sticker club where I draw a meme from the previous month, and I send it to everyone who's subscribed to the sticker club. We've done some really good ones so far. This was last month's. This was last month's sticker. Which was based on a Sonic meme. This was the month before, which was based on Axiom Verge. And the month before that was, this Linkle running away from bees sticker, which is kind of cut off by the green screen. But yeah, it's a sticker club. It's $8 a month. And you get a whole bunch of, like, bullshit that I post, like, basically selfies. It's mostly, honestly, if I have to be honest, it's probably food that I'm eating. Probably good-looking food and, like, behind-the-scenes selfies and stuff. But I love Ko-fi. They're great. Have a whole bunch of stickers on there. Okay. Hold on, what was the last? Hold on, history. Why? Every visitor to London is astounded, yes. Oh yeah, astounded is the word. Thanks for saving me there, Susato-san. Oh my gosh. Clipper, thank you so much. Hey, thank you so much for the food. Yo, I love cheesecake. I love cheesecake so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Hell yeah. Cheesecake! Yeah, I love cheesecake, yo. Cheesecake fucking rules. What's everyone's favorite type of cheesecake? Hold on. I keep getting sidetracked. Hold on. Thanks for saving me, Susato-san. Cheesecake fucking rules. And even if you're also lactose intolerant, there's some really good dairy-free cheesecakes out there that taste, like, amazing. Oh, you live down the street from a cheesecake factory? Oh my gosh. That's blessed. That is blessed. But yeah, if you're lactose intolerant as well, there's this brand called Daiya, D-A-I-Y-A, and they make, like, a strawberry cheesecake, like a regular cheesecake. They're fucking great. I like fruity cheesecake, but not the ones that's just swirls of fruit flavoring. Yes, I agree. I like a plain cheesecake with, like, a bunch of, like, cherries on top. Oh. I also really like, I think they call it, like, New York-style cheesecake, where it's, like, chocolate swirls inside of, like, the regular cheesecake. That's also really good. I'm very excited for this Oreo cheesecake. Super pumped for it. Everyone seems so jolly and full of vigor. Yes. There's much excitement about the upcoming Great Exhibition we will be hosting here in London. Great Exhibition? Cultural and technological achievements from around the globe are to be exhibited here in our great city. Oh, is this just a World Fair? It will be the greatest spectacle of its kind in history, and will make Paris's World Fair look like a toy shop. Oh, there we go. Gosh, I can hardly imagine how magnificent it's gonna be. Great Britain's capital city is nothing but magnificent. London is the center of the modern world. Even if you do say so yourself. No, this isn't Sonic. Did I switch the yeah, no, I switched it. Okay. Yeah, no. We're playing some Great Ace Attorney today. We're actually just starting this chapter, so. Churro flavored cheesecake. Oh my god, that sounds so good. I love churro. Supermarkets used to do a 4-in-1 cheesecake, each quadrant a different fruit topping. Oh my god. 1/4 clementines. That sounds really good. Orange cheesecake. Oh. The sun will never set on our great empire. Perhaps it is fate that these progressive times we welcome visitors from the land of the rising sun. It's being obtuse. No, it's okay. No, we're not going fast. We're definitely not going fast here. We're definitely not going fast. I can tell you that. Lord Chief Justice. I think you were expecting a student of law for this study tour, weren't you? Absolutely. A Mr. Kazuma Asogi, if my memory serves. That's right. The British government has already been telegraphed a full report on the situation. I understand the young man lost his life aboard the steamship bound for our shores. That's amazing. The news reached him before we even arrived. My country naturally extends its deepest condolences to yours. Oh, thank you. And you honored this appointment specifically to inform me of the news? Yes. We are here in the capacity of envoys from Japan to report the sad news in person. They tell me you Japanese are a people of protocol and courtesy, and I see that it's true. And it is with some regret that I must inform you that the death of the young lawyer means the study tour arrangement can no longer proceed. If you would just hear us out, Lord Strongheart. What do you have to say, madame? It's about the study tour. Mr. Johnson here would like to make a proposal. Would he now? Well, Mr. Johnson. This is it then. The moment of truth. Aw, shit. Not saying there's a secret club for Twitch users with food in their names, but I know a dude whose username is Cheesecake, and also one who is Banana. I'm trying to think if there's any other regulars who have, like, food in their name. I mean, you could argue that Great Newtons is Fig Newtons. I mean, we have Ignorant Spoon, who's a spoon utensil to eat food. Plum! Plum! Of course! How could I forget Plum? Plumberry Muffin. Yes. Continuing the study tour. Plumberry Muffin who claims he has never had a plum nor a muffin. The thing is, Lord Justice, Lord Strongheart. I was wondering if perhaps you would consider allowing the study tour to go ahead? Don't misunderstand me. Britain would ideally like to see the tour go ahead. But without a lawyer from your country, there's nothing to be done. Well, in that case, what if there was someone else? Another lawyer from Japan, I mean. Is there something I don't know? Only a single lawyer was invited to Great Britain from your country. And that was Mr. Asogi. At least, that is what I've been led to understand. I studied all night, I'm a lawyer. I think he studied for like 3 months. I think that was supposed to be, was it 3 months? I don't remember. Still, they're both high school students, right? Well, the thing is, this really isn't going well at all. I just can't seem to find the right words to say to this man. Mr. Johnson! I could ruin things here if I'm not careful. What am I gonna say? If there's someone else here from Japan who could be described as a lawyer, it's... Okay, I think Miss Susato knows way more about lawyering than Hamburger Johnson does. But I don't want to throw her under the bus. Okay, I'm curious. It's Miss Susato. It can probably only be, yes, Miss Susato. An unusual introduction. But I presume you mean this charming lady beside you. You're a lawyer, are you? That look she's giving me. After all the days of hard work she put in to help me study, I can't let her down now. No, really? I think she would be a better lawyer, though! Come on! I think that's quite enough joking, don't you, Lord Strongheart? My real answer is... it's me. I can do it. It's me, Hamburger Johnson! Is that so? I mean... I don't actually have any qualifications as such, but... No qualifications, you say, and yet you still claim to be a lawyer. I have acted as a lawyer in court before. Only once, as it happens. And I had Kazuma to help me, and I was the accused, but glossing over the details. I've been spending every single spare moment on the journey here to Great Britain studying. I've learned all about British law and court proceedings while I was on board the SS Buria. The voyage from Japan is some 50 days, I believe. Now, what you might call a full education. Sorry, not what you might call a full education. Okay, we got it confirmed. 50 days. Has it been 50 days since I streamed this game last? It might be. It might be, actually. I was making a joke about that before, but I think it might actually be the case. You're taken to court for a crime, you're qualified to be a lawyer. Yeah, yep. You also have to do the studying for the other 60 days, though. Sorry, 40 days? To become a qualified lawyer here in Britain, not only do you need a university degree in law, you must also complete several years of training. I realize it's far too short a period of time, but I can't just go back to Japan. Kazuma, Mr. Asogi's journey had only just begun. Coming here on this study tour was all he thought about. I have to carry on and do everything he planned to do. I know it must sound like I have an overly inflated opinion of myself, but I would do anything to prove that I have what it takes. Any test you care to set me. Just one chance, that's all I'm asking for. Please. 31 seconds. Sorry? Your opening statement there, Mr. Johnson. It was 31 seconds long. Not too brief, not too protracted. A perfectly judged appeal, I would say. Which is a skill that would stand you in good stead as a lawyer. Oh. Thanks. So, you're willing to put those words to trial, are you? Well, I'm all for entertainment. Huh? But let me ask you one thing first, sir. Yes? You say you intend to do everything Mr. Asogi planned to do. Are you firmly set on that path? Well, yes, that's my intention. I see. Am I imagining things? Or did his expression just alter a fraction there all of a sudden? Very well. You have your wish. I'll give you a chance. A test to become a specially certified lawyer. Whether you pass or fail is entirely down to you. Really? Great, what test is he fucking gonna put us on? Come on. I wonder. So, what form will the test take exactly? Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry. Fuck! Mr. Johnson! I keep forgetting to replace it. Actually, that's the first time I've actually fucked up, but in my head, I keep forgetting to replace it as I'm trying to read it. Tell me, Mr. Johnson, what do you consider the role of a lawyer to be? Well, defending people, of course. Well said. So, let's have you defend someone. Huh? Your timing is perfect. In fact, there's an apt trial about to begin later today. No advocate has been appointed for the defense as yet, so this will be welcome news. Today? Straight away? If you manage to secure a verdict of not guilty, you'll have passed my test. What could be simpler? How do I get myself into these situations? You're the main character of the game! Well, could I ask what sort of trial it is, Lord Strongheart? Yes. Good question. Ah, I remember. Oh, fuck. Surprise! It's a murder trial. Yeah, first in country here have a trial. Yeah, what if the defendant's guilty? Well... Huh. I don't know. That provides, an interesting situation. A murder? An extremely simple case, I understand. You really can't lose. That's easy to say. But I should mention, just in case, if the defendant is found guilty, he will of course be sentenced to capital punishment. Capital punishment? He'll be put to death? Here in Great Britain, murderers are sent to the gallows without exception. Presumably you read that much in your short C-based introduction to British law. We can't possibly agree to such a test! We would be toying with a man's life! I am Lord Chief Justice, and I've decided it's acceptable. That's fucked up. But you can't do that, can you? There's no need to overcomplicate this. All you have to do is ensure that you don't lose. So the defendant may live or die depending on how well I perform in court? If I lose, I'll be hanged. Mr. Johnson, you've come to me claiming to be a lawyer. If you want me to take you seriously, you need to prove you're willing to do a lawyer's job. And you say you intend to see through the will of your compatriot, Mr. Asogi. I would like to understand just how far you're willing to go in order to make that happen. He's testing my resolve. What's the matter? You've fallen silent. I'm sorry, but time is pressing. The trial begins shortly. I need an answer from you now. What's it to be? What do I say? Do I agree to this absurd test? I mean, I have to! Can we prosecute instead, right? What the fuck, man? I'm Hamburger Johnson, I'm fine! Alright then. If I have to give you a decision now, my answer is... I can't do it! I can't get the words out! 15 seconds. Your decision-making needs work if you want to be a lawyer. That was too slow. Somewhere in time, Apollo smiles. Yep. Somewhere in the far future. So it's as I suspected, is it? Sorry? You have noble intentions, but lack the resolve to see them through. The test is cancelled. Thank you for stopping by. Shit. Go and acquire your ticket for passage back to the east tomorrow. This conversation is over. Yes, Lord Strongheart. Thank you for offering me a chance. Damn, I can't believe he chickened out. Mr. Johnson? I'm sorry, Miss Susato, but what could I do? It's alright. I understand. You do? It's not an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. But resolve has absolutely nothing to do with it. What are you trying to say, madame? I think what Miss Susato means is that no matter how badly I like to be recognized as a lawyer and stay here in Great Britain, to risk another man's life by treating his one and only chance at a trial so trivially would be utterly unforgivable, and I feel exactly the same way. I'm sure the defendant won't see this trial as a test, as some kind of experiment. A lawyer may fight for his clients in court day after day, but for each one of those clients, the particular day they stand in the dock may be the only chance they have to fight to prove their innocence. No, I was wrong. I'm not qualified to do that job yet. I'm sorry for wasting your precious time, Lord Chief Justice. Shit. Wait, Mr. Johnson. Oh, what, was there something else? Hold it! It's approximately 20 minutes by carriage to the Old Bailey from here. If you leave immediately, you should still be there in time. But I just said that I was quite serious in what I told you. The defendant in this case has literally no one to advocate for him. What? At this point, he can't hope to find someone to represent him. The trial will begin without a defense. And if that happens, there's only one possible outcome. Oh, that changes things a little bit. He will receive the most severe sentence the judge can pass down. But that's awful. But that is the truth. Why does it have to be like this? Please don't expect an answer to every question. The cold, hard truth of the matter is that there is only one person now with a chance to save this man from a very miserable end. And that is you. I'm really his only hope? So, what do you say now, madame? Me? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? You said it wasn't an easy decision to choose whether to defend a man in these circumstances. And I agree. But in my estimation, it is purely and simply a matter of resolve. Oh! Our time is up here. I have a meeting to attend. I must leave in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. So, venture into our great city and enjoy yourselves. Dang. Jack the Flipper. Yeah, right? If only someone like a Chief Justice could intervene. Yeah, right? Plot! Plot! Leave immediately, but let me keep talking to you so you are late. Dude seems pretty concerned about time. I mean, he lives in a giant clock. Jack the Flipper and Hamburger Johnson would be amazing. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. He's gone. The Old Bailey. I guess we're going there. There's no way we're gonna let a man die. Oh, I think that's my cheesecake. Cool. Perfect, just in time for break. If we're gonna do this, Mr. Johnson, we must leave at once. Can we converse? Oh, there's new stuff to check. Yeah, my cheesecake just sent me a text. What to do? Miss Susato, can I just ask you something? Careful! From this position, I can perform a Susato takedown in an instant. I know. Mr. Johnson, you heard Lord Strongheart. The trial starts imminently. If I need to throw you out, I will. You know, you could just say, I think we should hurry to the courtroom. If you need to ask me anything, it had better wait until we're at the Old Bailey. Lewd cheesecake, I love it. Okay. We're gonna go to the Old Bailey, but I'm also going to take a break before we do that so I can go grab the cheesecake and come back here and then eat the cheesecake. I'm excited. Can you tell I'm excited for cheesecake? Susato wakes up every day and chooses violence. Yeah, she's just really into martial arts. Okay, everyone, I'll be right back. Please go do a stretch, go grab some water, stay hydrated, go grab a snack, and I'll see you all very soon. Oh shit, did I put a macaroon in there too? Yes. Oh, yes, okay. Clipper, thank you again so much. I'll be right back, everyone. I'll see you soon. Back to the intense music. Yeah, I did it anyway. I thought... Crikey's a great name for an Australian animal. I will save Crikey for last. We'll eat the cheesecake first. Fuck. Okay, the Old Bailey. You know, I really don't like the typewriter noise that they use. I like you, so I'll destroy you last, Metroid Thanos. Oh no. Oh no. Uh-oh. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Oh, thank goodness we're in time. There's still 15 minutes until the trial begins. I never knew a horse-drawn carriage could go so fast. I thought my teeth were gonna rattle loose. Did you hear what I said to the driver when we climbed aboard? Get us to our destination in 5 minutes, driver, and there's a guinea in it for you. Is a guinea like a coin? Oh. It's one of my favorite lines from Herlock Sholmes' stories, and it worked quite perfectly. I'm not sure why you're so pleased. I thought we were gonna die, and we had to pay gold for the privilege. Well, at least we arrived here before the trial started. Yes, I suppose there's that. Anyway, I don't understand it. The court clerk said the defendant should be here, but there's no sign of him at all. So this is the Old Bailey. Even this room for defendants to wait in is grand. Are you alright, Mr. Johnson? I'm feeling tense, that's all. This place gives me the same sense of foreboding that I remember from the Supreme Court in Japan. An oppressive air, almost as if the building itself is going to crush whoever's about to be sentenced. It feels like only yesterday that I was the one about to be crushed. I have a piece of hair, like, stuck to my lip. And every time I talk, I can feel it move. Okay. It's quite distracting. Okay. Yes, whoever the man you're to defend is, I imagine he's feeling very alone at this moment. Oh boy. Top of the morning to you, madame! Sir? What are yous doing following me here? Things are fair desperate, are they? Sorry? Would you look at those expressionless faces? From the east, are yous? We're from Japan, yes. Ah, Japan, is it? Right, say no more. So, how much do yous need? No, we're here because... No need to explain, fella. I've been there myself, so I have. No place to go, nothing to eat, barely a penny to your name, and all well in a strange, faraway land. Well, actually, haha, we haven't found a place to stay yet, no. Tis grand, tis grand. Let me start by giving yous 1,000 guineas. Say nothing now. Huh. 1,000 guineas? Please, Miss Susato, you don't have to shout. But 1,000 guineas is enough to build an entire mansion in the most prestigious area of Tokyo. What? Tis nothing to me at all. I like to ensure I have sufficient funds to weather a rainy day, you see. I have enough wealth to buy the city of London 2 or 3 times over. Could that much rain even fall in one day? Well, even so, we couldn't possibly accept such a large sum of money. Ah! That hit me in the eye. If you ever find a bright pink hair somewhere, do you blame it on Newton's just to see what he'll say? I mean, now I can blame it on regular Garf. Also, it is very obvious when there are bright pink hairs. Like, I have, like, a white carpet in this room, and it's just, like, a neon pink on, like, white carpet. Is this the accused? Are we defending Willy Wonka? Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to figure out if he's supposed to be Irish. I think I might need Break Our Bones in here. Don't get me wrong, fella. I'm not giving it to you, no strings attached. I'll be wanting you to do something for me. Oh? To be honest, 'tis a little embarrassing. The trial that's about to begin, you see, is for me good self here. I'll be in the dock. So now, what I want you to do is come along with me and stand there beside me. Officially, you'd be my lawyer, but that's just a little detail now. Oh, well, the thing is... Don't worry about a thing. All you gotta do is stand up there next to me, nothing more. Otherwise, you see, the trial's gonna start without me having any kind of representation at all. So it was true. The Lord Chief Justice wasn't just making it all up. I'm terribly sorry to have to ask, but... Does that mean you're the defendant in this trial? Yeah, his hat kind of does look like the candy jewel rings, yeah. I wonder if it's supposed to be, like, rich looking like a diamond. Bluster and blazes! Do yous not know who I am? Me? One of London's biggest names? No, sorry, we've only just arrived in the city, you see. Well, I see. I suppose it isn't altogether impossible. Well, just next to Hyde Park there in the center of London's another beautiful park. Sorry? A park? What? 'Tis called Mcgilden Park, full of blossoming flowers in the spring and singing birds and whatnot. I donated to the city, so I did. An entire park in central London? A city of smiles, that's my vision for London. There's nothing Magnus Mcgilden wouldn't do for the city and its quarry old people. That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary. He did do a JoJo, yes! By biggest names, does he mean longest or using the largest font? Ah, but now they had the gall to say I'm a good-for-nothing criminal. Me, Magnus Mcgilden. What's the matter with London police, I ask you? All right, don't pass out. Mr. Johnson? Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath. Good idea. Mr. Mcgilden, the thing is... His name is basically Huge Riches, right? Like, Magnus Mcgilden? Come on. We're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see. So, if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands, we'll do our best. What was I after saying, you daft Egypt? I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I? Well, yeah, I mean, I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. I see why no one wants to defend this asshole. Oh, I think I see what's going on here. Sorry? I know what you're thinking. This oh my god, I can't fucking read this. I don't know what I'm doing with this man's accent right now. It keeps changing every time I read his words. I'm sorry, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It ends up being like more of a southern accent, I think because of the way he's saying things. And I can't figure out what I want to do with it. This chancer of a fella claims to have more money than the queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can't he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did it! That's the only explanation. Well... well... Not at all. I can't do an English accent. I refuse to try. I really want that hat. It's a pretty sweet hat. Urek was saying it looked kind of like a ring pop earlier. Nerf, I hope you're doing well today. Happy Tuesday. I'm gonna take a second to eat a bite of my cheesecake here. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I know that when a lot of, I've heard that if British people try to do an American accent, it's easier to do a Southern accent than it is to do, like, a not Southern accent. So that kind of makes sense in my head. Although I think this guy's supposed to be Irish, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Not at all. Not at all. Although, it is a little strange, to be honest. Why you don't have a lawyer, I mean. That would be the fault of the Reaper. Sorry, did he just say Reaper? Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Baruch Van Zeeks. He is the prosecutor. The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper? Damn, that's fucking hardcore. When Van Zeke stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs. And to this day, in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned! What? So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all. You could say he's a living legend of the Old Bailey. Goodness, Lord Barrack Van Zeeks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then. Talented isn't the word you're looking for, madame. It's cursed. Cursed? What on earth? Does that mean he's facing the death penalty? But actually, I have a sound effect for that. I swear I do. Imagine a Phoenix Wright game is set in, like, hell with the Grim Reaper, Satan, and other figures from other religions. You know, I'd be into that. I'd be into that. The defendant is summoned, and his counsel. Please make your way into the courtroom. The trial's about to begin. His counsel? That would be me. Oh, it's his time. Well then, fella, don't let me down. But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened. Until you showed your face here, I'd made up me mind, so I had. Sorry. I decided I'd have to defend meself in there. How would that have worked? But then you made an appearance, a student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please. I literally know nothing about the case or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know is that I can't just turn my back on him. Phoenix Wright Hades crossover. Yeah, right? Dusa would be a great witness. Mr. Johnson. The man has no one. He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would have never allowed to happen. Counsel for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you'll lose your right to stand. I'll be right there. This might be the first time the audience and Hamburger Johnson are in the same boat. We know nothing. It's not though, actually. Hold on. I will. There is in Ace Attorney 2. I'm gonna flex my Ace Attorney knowledge because I've played all these games except for this one. In Ace Attorney 2, Phoenix gets hit on the head with a statue, and he loses memory. And he's like in the courthouse when this happens, about to defend his client, and he gets amnesia. So he knows nothing about the case, and he has to build it up from the beginning. Which was a cool case. It was a cool introduction case to the game. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. Oh boy, good luck. This is fucking intense. That's a lot of people. Are those witnesses? So this is the highest court in Great Britain, the Old Bailey. The centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan. I'm bringing Twitch chat into the courtroom. Court sentenced to 5 years. Poggers, Your Honor. Yeah, it's Old Bailey. It's Poggers, my lord. Crikey. Hey there, Winter. You just arrived on time. Court just started. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, Australian the most English with the English accents. Listen, I'm gonna continue this gimmick. Because I find it really funny. Also, I'm sorry if I piss off everyone in the chat. It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Wright? Mr. Johnson? Oh, yes, what? Oh, he's nervous again. Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again. I know, but I just can't help it. Is he a Dracula? Hold on. Is the prosecutor a Dracula? Thank you, Indy, for that clip. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus Mcgilden. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. I don't have a voice for him. And I think he's the main prosecutor of the game. Let me think on this for a second. Hey there, Sword. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing excellent today. Why does every game have a Dracula now? I know, right? It's just to upset Plum. It's literally just to upset Plum. I'm trying to, he's gotta be like, I don't know. What's with all the Australian accents in here? Crikey! This is the result of Daddy Dating Sim where we all learn that we're horny for Draculas? Shit. Fuck! You're right! Clipper, I don't know if you got the chance to see this also. Thank you again for the Oreo cheesecake, and also this is the macaron that came with it, and it's very cute. And, and I don't want to eat him. We've named him Crikey. I'm saving it for after I finish the cheesecake. Saving the best for last. The cheesecake is fucking delicious, by the way. It is so good. Okay. The prosecution is fully prepared. That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld. Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. Sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready if I tried. What? Wow, okay. Those eyes please me, Nipponese. They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb. A cold shiver just ran down my spine all the way to the tips of my toes. Kangaroo court. This must be where the phrase "put the shrimp on the Bailey" Crikey comes from. Put the shrimp on— no, I can't. I'm not even gonna fucking attempt an Australian accent.
Yurik Mazina 1. What is a man but a miserable little pile of Draculas?
Yep, miserable little pile of Draculas. Now, Mr. Mcgilden. Yes, my lord? You stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this foreigner? Wow, everyone's really fucking racist here, huh? As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give opportunities to the young, even if the fella's a student from some little island off in the Far East. Is it not the British way to ignore the dangers to ye self and give those less fortunate a fair chance? Historically accurate. Oh yeah, definitely. Lots of racism in the British Empire. I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud. Listen to Mr. Mcgilden! What a fine gentleman London has in him. What? Did you hear that he donated 5,000 pounds? Mother, please maybe go play in the Mr. Mcgilden Park. It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. Mcgilden. That's definitely welcome news, and he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him.
Ace Attorney.
Woo, Ace Attorney! Hey there, Sai! Thank you so much for the 4-month resub. I hope you're doing well today. Happy Tuesday! 4 months, 4 months, 4 months. Yeah! Eloquently put, Mr. Mcgilden, and the most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I need hardly remind you that your 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Impartiality? Yeah. Are you ready to proceed? I had to make voices up for all these people? Motherfucker. And then remember them? Fuck. Yes, my lord. If the task is to send rotters to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready. At the manor, his lordship always says we should dispose of rubbish promptly. Naturally, I agree. Ha! Any criminals here will soon be wishing they never set eyes on me. I feel a chill. Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson. Ah, Mr. Johnson, these people are— Objection! Objection! The jury, yes. That's something we don't have in Japan yet. I think the guy with the knife is actually Jack the Ripper. Jack the Flipper? Is that what we were calling him? I just remember it was something about like flipping hamburger. Yeah, it was Jack the Flipper, right? Juror number 6 did it. Guilty! Jack the Flipper. That's right. I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinions of these 6 jurors. The judge passes sentence, the judge passes sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So the defendant is actually judged from 2 completely different points of view. But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict? That I don't know, but I'm sure it'll become clear as the trial progresses. Yes. Prosecutor Van Zeeks. My lord. It's been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounced your fame. I'm known as the Reaper of Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity. He is a fucking Dracula! Yo! So what brings you back? Is there some change of circumstances of which the court should be aware? I leave that to your imagination, my lord. So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years. Why did he have to choose today of all days to make a comeback?
Bad news. I have returned from my bath of tears.
Plum, perfect timing. Wait till you see the prosecutor. Don't lose heart, Mr. Johnson. As you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return. Now then, opening statements, I think. A summary of the case, if you please. Dude, he's totally a Dracula. He's made several references to being a Dracula, and he started the case doing this with his cloak. Like, come on. Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity. We must be the only ones here who aren't aware. The incident took place in the late evening, 3 days past. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was a maker of building bricks known in the community as Thrice-Fired Mason. Sorry, thrice? He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible. The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in service on the streets of London at the time. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard. Yeah, the bricks were fired, not him. Yeah, he wasn't a bad mason. Yeah, he is also fired now. Damn it! Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and put the photograph as evidence. Or, accept that and the photograph as evidence. Internal hemorrhaging as a result of a single stab wound to the abdomen. Photograph of the victim taken on the omnibus. The knife was in his abdomen is clearly visible, but the face is partially obscured by the view of an old crooked hat. Is that relevant? Are you mentioning that because it's relevant? You don't deserve this, but listen, Plum, thank you so much. I will take the Sonic Squeeze. Hey, Arms Tech! Welcome in. This is my first time playing this game. This is the only Ace Attorney game I haven't played. So I am so happy to be playing this. We just met this prosecutor. He's a Dracula. Squeeze! And one further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well. And these are... Good lord, is that blood, counsel? Yes, my lord. Seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested. What? Mr. Mcgilden gloves had blood on them? Well, fuck! Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well. No, I haven't played this since the boat, no. This is our first time. We just got to Great Britain. We took the break in real time. How did I get into this? I'm backed into a corner before I'm even started. Continuing. According to the driver of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time. Only 2? Obviously, one of those passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. The other... Damn, he's a cool cool Dracula pose. Was the accused Magnus Mcgilden. Well, rather damning circumstances to say the least. Defendant, what say you? If the gloves don't fit, yeah, what if they're one-size-fits-all gloves? Exactly. I don't know, I assume gloves would be custom tailored in this time. Especially since he claims to be so rich, but... Well, of course, I have no recollection of such a thing. Mr. Mcgilden? To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it.
Wintermute. Okay, just a quick question. How in the world did he get that dagger into the courthouse?
Right? I bought it for the Switch because I couldn't find a physical copy. I also picked it up for the Switch. One size fits murders. Does it say anything? We should probably hold off on investigating any of this yet. Okay. Are you claiming to have been asleep? 'Tis the notion of the carriage, my lord. What, Lilton? What does that even mean? Okay. 'Tis the motion of the carriage, my lord. Lilton, so it is. And when I opened my eyes again... 'Twas a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before me in life. Before in me life. Now I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fellow bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. So the blood got onto the gloves then, after the man had been killed. How are you gonna prove that, anyway? Unfortunately, that statement of the driver's is only the beginning. What? That's not all of it? There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed. Ah, shit. Multiple witnesses. Order! 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 When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. And there were witnesses to the crime. This is not just a case of
Plumberry
compelling
muffin.
evidence.
This vampire is a dingus. I've never seen a vampire as dingussy as him. What kind of vampire wears a sword? Silly vampire. Dinguspire.
Dinguspire, I like it. Van Zeek's the Dinguspire. This is not just a case of compelling evidence.
Wintermute. Iripmov.
It's the nail in the coffin for the accused. Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses first of all. Your wish is my command. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. British Edgeworth. Yeah, this guy's not as cool as Edgeworth because this guy started his opening statements with a pretty racist comment. Witnesses, your names and occupations. My name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus back in East End. Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city. My name's First. Lady First. I make hats for gents. Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. Yeah, I know it's the 1800s. Yeah, yeah, or yeah. I know. Obviously, there's a lot of racism going around. I think that's actually supposed to be one of the main themes of this game. Yo, this cheesecake is so good. Okay. Yeah, I think a few people have, like, I know that one of the investigators has TB. So I'm sure a lot of them do have various ailments. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Quite right. Yes, sir. That's right, sir. Very well, then. Let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw. Okay. Witness testimony. What the witness saw. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed, I did. Couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it, too. Unambiguous testimony, I must say. Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes. I'd like to ask a question, if I may. Yes, counsel? Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Why not? Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it? As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes. Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage. How quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Eastern Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant about our omnibuses? Huh? Tell me, my Nipponese friend, have you even traveled in an omnibus? Well, no. We, only arrived in London this morning. No matter. I have arranged for us to all see for ourselves the actual scene of the crime, that is. What? What do you mean? The actual scene? How? The carriage is designed to have been moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much. Yes? The omnibus in which this bloody crime took place is here today, in this very building. Here? What? The entire carriage? Bailiff. Bring forth the stricken omnibus. I know how buses work! Wow, okay, yeah, okay, sure. Well, Mr. Bus Driver, you didn't see it, you were driving. At most, what you saw was a knife in another person, not the stabbing. Exactly. I guess we're gonna find out just how he's lying. So that's an omnibus. The omnibus. I can't believe they could bring it something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing.
Wintermute. That couldn't possibly be a London bus. There's only one deck to it.
Different type. As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and can carry up to 8 passengers. Wait, no, it is. Look, no, there's 2 decks. Hey, now look at it. Double-decker bus, omnibus. 4 passengers seated inside the enclosed cabin and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architecture and sights are to be had from the top of an omnibus. And I should point out to our foreign guests that there is a skylight in the roof allowing a view of the interior from the seats above. Ah, a skylight. Oh! The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on the omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight. Ugh, that makes perfect sense. Well, counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom. There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish. Very well, I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence. Okay. Why is everyone's hat/hair falling off? It's so that they can do some good animations, some good shocked animations later. I can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence? Yes! Great Britain is simply extraordinary. I couldn't help myself a lot by giving that omnibus I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough... Oh my fucking god. I almost read that as thorough bus. I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here. Okay, hold on. I just want to read this. Thrice-Fired Mason.
Objection.
Objection! Hey there, Rad! Welcome in! Happy Tuesday. Started a new case in Great Ace Attorney here. February 15th, stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife while journeying in an omnibus, died due to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. I believe Justin Thurlbus is the Prime Minister of Canada. God damn it. Take that! Can we examine anything on here? Not yet. Okay. This is definitely blood, isn't it? Not the most pleasant sight to be confronted with on our first day in London. Favorite objection is in the trial that goes wrong. Erection. Yeah, it's almost like accidentally reading organism as orgasm. Well, nothing will come of grumbling now. No. By the way, is Mr. Mcgilden right-handed? Yeah, I believe so. He was toying with a coin in his right hand a little earlier. Huh. Pity. If only he'd been left-handed. I think blood on either glove would be fairly incriminating, really. Okay. This is a huge piece of evidence to examine. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, let's check up top first. Wait, is this something we can look up? Okay, I don't even know where to start. Let's start here. Why is the glove on the inside grip if you're holding a knife and stab someone? Yeah, I think that he well, okay, the dude who we're defending right now claims that they tried to stop the bleeding. Rather, and everyone's like, no, he stabbed him. So, I don't know yet. We're gonna find out, I'm sure. I'm sure there's some fuckery going on. God, Winter. That's really funny. I'm making a reference to a clip that a thing that happened during when we were playing Dark Pictures Anthology on Saturday. Every time I read the word organism, I'm so scared I'm gonna fuck up and read orgasm, and that's exactly what I fucking did. And I hate it. That is not the first time I fucked that up. I've done that in the school presentation before. Like, multiple times. It's just, it's a thing. It's a thing. Okay. Well, let's open the door and go inside, shall we? The scene of a murder. It's horrible. That's a poster for the great exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn to the Crystal Tower, the centerpiece of the whole exposition. Ooh, the Crystal Tower. It's under construction already, I believe. Car is the ultimate orgasm in the universe. I mean, for JoJo, yeah. People all over London must be fizzing with excitement at the prospect of such a grand event. Organism, the religion of orgasms. Oh, God. That's a poster for the great exhibition that's due to start 6 months from now. There's a lot of focus being drawn. Isn't that the same thing? Okay, that was the same thing we just read. Okay. This seat looks reasonably soft, but it's actually rather hard when you sit on it. And only just wide enough for two gentlemen to sit side by side, really. Of course, an English gentlewoman would be dressed in such finery. It would be quite impossible for her to climb into the roof deck, so she would have to be seated in here. A woman in a kimono would have the same problem. Women's clothes are pretty impractical, aren't they? You're telling me, Hamburger. That's blood that's soaked into the seat. The victim's obviously. Yeah, and that seat would be very clearly visible from the roof deck. Would you really stab someone in full view of the other passengers like that, I wonder? Well, it was after dark, and there was a lamp on in here, so perhaps the culprit couldn't see anything outside through the skylight. Whichever way you look at it, it doesn't seem like it was a planned attack. Is his name really Hamburger? No, okay. I'm gonna explain this. I'm gonna explain this for anyone who doesn't know what the fuck I'm doing here. This is such a weird story. Back when this game got announced, Spoons came in here and was like, was that during, I don't even know. Yeah, like, God, I don't even know who started it. I think it was Spoons, but he was like, did you hear about the new Hamburger Johnson? No, wait, was it Hamburger Johnson for Smash? I don't even... Anyway, there was a photoshopped picture of this game, and on it, they replaced, Naruhodo, the name of the character here, Ryusuke Naruhodo, with Hamburger Johnson, and that stuck, and so when we started playing this game... Yeah, it was Hamburger Johnson for Smash, okay. When we started playing this game, I just replaced his name every time with Hamburger Johnson, and that is just what it is now. His name is Hamburger Johnson. Okay. It's a very good name, I have to say. So this is the roof deck of the omnibus. Oh, you must have a wonderful view of London streets from up here. So people sit all the way up here on bitter winter nights with the cold air rushing past them? You are? Okay, thank you. I couldn't remember. I figured it was you and then you got Newtons to do the, You want to tell this? How did it start? Was it because of Smash? Or was it this game getting announced? And they have to pay money to do so? I can't imagine how cold it must feel. That just made me think of something horrible. Can you imagine being dragged around the city in the freezing cold as punishment? Perhaps that's the real price you pay to stay out late. You are genius. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks for the explanation. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witness would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. Okay, is there anything else to inspect here? Wait, what? Wait, what's this? Wait, what? 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 This isn't Phoenix Wright. Is this omnibus called the Phoenix Wright Omnibus? Is that the name of this specific one? Are you serious? Damn. Can you look up from inside? Let's see. Oh yeah, I couldn't check this before. I came up with it as a goof on the bad translation of some of these games, like had food not being called the right thing to Americanize it. Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you for the explanation. It, there's a very, popular meme for this series where the word ramen is replaced with hamburgers. So one of the characters really likes ramen in one of the games, and it gets replaced with hamburgers every single time she says it in the English translation. And there's a very popular meme that's like, eat your eat your hamburgers, Apollo. But it's a picture of him eating ramen. Tried to convince you that they renamed him Hamburger Johnson for the US release. Yes, that was it. Let's check this. It's quite a large skylight, isn't it? Yes, quite large enough to afford a good view into the cabin from the roof deck. And there doesn't appear to be a handle or catch of any description. So I suppose it can't be opened from inside the cabin, at least. Is the driver's seat clickable? Is there a driver's? Would that be... No. Yeah, that would be where the horses would be attached. The horses and where the driver sits is not attached. But it doesn't look like... Okay. It doesn't look like we can get in there anyway. Oh, wait. This. Hold on. Is this the driver's seat? No, this is the same dialogue. Okay. What's the mystery of this case? Someone got stabbed in here. Someone got stabbed inside. And the guy who's in there claims he didn't do it. Okay. Does Hamburger have similarly named siblings? Yeah, people up top, we have 2 witnesses that say that they saw a stabbing inside and a man was stabbed inside. The guy inside claims he fell asleep, and did not stab the man, so. I should actually, you know what, let's take a quick break. It's been another hour. Yes. Please go grab some water, go grab a snack, go do a stretch. Stay hydrated, everyone. And, I'll be right back. Yeah, I would say that Hot Dog Wilson could be a cousin to Hamburger Johnson. That makes sense in my head. Also, I ate the rest of that cheesecake, so now it's time to eat Crikey the koala. I'm sorry. Sorry, Crikey. Your time's up. Oh, it's so delicious. Mmm. That's really good. He's got coffee-flavored cream inside his head. Mm-hmm. Oh. My game was going to sleep there. Okay. Let us continue with the proceedings, then. Your cross-examination, counsel. Pray don't expect this Nipponese stray to understand the intricacies of a British court's cross-examination rights. Alright, my first cross-examination in a British court. You got this, Hamburger! Focus, Hamburger, focus! What the witnesses saw. It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. I couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. Alright, so when it happened, the only two people in the enclosed cabin area were the victim and the defendant. And so help me, 3 whole people witnessed the man I'm trying to defend do the deed. I don't like to be pessimistic, but we seem to be in a rather difficult situation here. What am I supposed to think here? Is Mr. Mcgilden really innocent? Or could it be? But before we jump to such conclusions, our first task should be to gather information. We need to understand the case much better than we do at the moment. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's listen to those witnesses' statements again. A little more carefully this time. Okay, we should press all of them. Yeah, a lot of fancy hats here. A lot of fancy hats. Last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well.
Hold it!
Hold it. Yes, I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it? Oh, yes, sir. That's right, sir. Yes, ever so cold. It was, sir. Freezing, in fact. See if anyone else is doing anything suspicious. And you had 4 passengers on board at the time, is that correct? Yes, that's right, sir. Not all traveling in the same parts of the bus, of course, though, no. And there were no other passengers when the incident took place? No one alighted, for example? You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that. No, none. So nobody fled the scene of the crime, then? I have to say, the boss insists on it running, he does. Every evening, that last bus of the day. But I do wonder sometimes if it's altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say. What do you mean by that? Well, with it being so cold and everything, and only making 20 pence on the run, you see. Yes, I spend that much at the pub on the way home, just trying to warm up again. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus.
Hold it!
And you saw them through the skylight in the roof of the carriage? That's right. When you sit up on the top deck, the window's right there at your feet. I mean, if you're sitting in the back, there was a lamp on the inside, so I had a pretty good view. The two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. Mcgilden. How can you be so sure? Well, how can I put it politely? Mcgilden is a gentleman of, rather small stature. I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. Mcgilden. There is no room for doubt there. I really wish there was. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts. Small crimes, yeah. Small crimes only. I mean, to be fair, though, damn it. Crime is now legal, so... Plunge a knife into his guts. Let's press that. You actually saw the exact moment it happened? Didn't I already testify to that? Or are the fair... dinkum? Or are the fair dinkum hard-working city bankers not considered trustworthy these days? Oh, no. I didn't mean it like that. This is no good. I've really got his back up. I think mad crime is funnier. Oh, oops. I missed what that said because I was reading chat. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail if that's... My lord! Juror number 3, what's the meaning of this? My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up. Made up about what? I don't like the stinking rich. Never have. And they're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be. Every one of them. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. Are you fucking serious? What the fuck? What the fuck is this device? There's no point in wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter anyway. That is precisely what I was about to say. As the foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set a good example to my fellow jurors. Get fucked! We haven't even, like, investigated yet! What is happening here? Let me see. Yes, it seems that's how the members of the jury give their verdicts. With fire? Apparently, yeah. White for innocent and black for guilty. As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, one by one they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw just a moment ago. So if those enormous scales fall completely to the black side, does that mean... Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen. Now I'm even more worried than I was before. Very well, if the court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination. This is a nightmare. That's right, he stabbed him. I screamed, I did. I couldn't help it. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. Oh wait, hold on. I should press him. Press.
Hold it!
He stabbed him, you say, and you were sitting up on the roof deck, weren't you? Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I'd been thinking about a new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absent-mindedly around. But then I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sticking right out from his belly, that huge, great knife. A grim sight indeed. Ah, that didn't help me at all. The jury looks like they're even more convinced my client did it than they were before. That appears to have made everyone even more dubious than that Mr. Mcgilden is telling the truth. If only we had some evidence to counter their suspicions. Mr. First. Oh, yes, sir? Is this the knife you saw? Oh, good grief. Yeah, that's it. The very one, sir. He needs a new hat design. His hat keeps falling off. Yeah, I'm wondering if that's a sign that he's not who he says he is. Because he's clearly not a good hat designer, but I wonder how that's going to come into play. Is that... Yes, counsel. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart. What a fucking Dracula! Are you serious? Come on, Plum! Dingaspire here. That is a blade of considerable size, counsel.
Wintermute. Dracula confirmed.
It is, and furthermore, the scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. The letter M,
Plumberry
which
muffin.
seems oddly familiar.
D-I-N-G-U-S-P-I-R-E.
D-I-N-G-U-S-P-I-R-E. Please no. M for Magnus, perhaps, or Mcgilden, possibly? Take your pick. It could be a W. And there is someone whose name, who I'm pretty sure is giving a pseudonym for their name. It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake.
Objection!
But there are M's everywhere! Like, yes! Like in Mason!
Objection!
Or Metroid crime. This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned. No, this weapon of murder almost certainly belongs to the accused. Can anyone prove it? Is it in our court record yet? Not conclusive, but certainly compelling counsel. Okay. Stabs is now. Did you send it to Wumbo? It definitely stands for Wumbo. My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption. Juror number 2, go on. Mr. Mcgilden is a pillar of society and a gentleman. And a gentleman's words to be sacrosanct? Sacrosanct? Sacrosanct. However, no. Those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Wait, what are you about to do? Dispose of the rubbish. Motherfucker. No! Wait, is this happening because I'm pressing a whole bunch, or is this happening because this is how the game goes? I actually don't know the answer to this. I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll find out. I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime. I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion. Not again. That That's 4 out of 6 jury members who have proposed a guilty verdict. There's only 2 left. We've had it. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse. Okay, so that is what's happening. Nevertheless, what we need more than anything at the moment is more information. We're still very much in the dark. I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly. We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that'll give us a way to fight back. But... alright, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. Not again did Ethan lose his hand. Doesn't matter, he can just grow it back, you know. I just need to keep calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again. Oh no, okay, there's my meter over there. I'm gonna save the game though. Is there a way to change their verdicts? I actually don't know the answer to that yet. As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too. Oh wait, no, hold on, go back. Shit. Hold on. Oops, 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 oops. Skip. That's a lot of dialogue to skip through. Okay. Press.
Hold it!
What exactly did you see? Oh, well, sir, that would be the passenger, sir. Yeah, collapsed on the floor he was. And by the passenger, obviously you're referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. And then the other passenger had that knife in his hand, like this. By the other passenger, obviously you're referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus Mcgilden. And then he plunged it down like this, and stabbing the other passenger in the belly. No one's having any other reactions. Okay. What? Did he stand up to do that? How did he get him if he was sitting beside him? Oh. Damn it. My lord, I wish to speak. Yes, juror number 5. Do I take it that you, too? As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself. But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, don't fucking do that. Hey, what the fuck? Keep your mind open a little bit longer. Gee up now, Silver Blaze. The finish is in sight. God damn it. Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild, and I trust what the man says. Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir. This is too unkind, sir. Which now means that the 5 jurors agree to condemn this man. Is Silverblaze a Sherlock Holmes? Ah, man. Or Herlock Sholmes. Madame, juror number 6. Yes, dear? What can I do for you? You have heard the testimonies of the witnesses in this stand. Oh, yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know. Then, pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leaning? Well, dear, the thing is, I am a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. There's a lovely little park just near where I live. Mcgilden Park, it's called. Yeah, definitely several conflict of interests. The gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoners' faces, he said. I can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life. He's always doing wonderful things for the city. That's right, a man like that wouldn't stab someone, surely. Mother, may we go to the Mcgilden Public Library later and borrow some more books? How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know?
Plumberry muffin. Don't call me Shirley.
What kind of a man Magnus Mcgilden really is? What kind of a man is he? Why would you ask that in court? Oh my god. The philanthropist, Magnus Mcgilden, has enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from? Your client is a Shylock, sir, and one with the very darkest of souls. What? Stone the crows! I once saw Magnus Mcgilden kick a puppy! If you get the chance, please ask Dracula where he got his gloves. I would like a pair. They're very fancy. Mcgilden lends money at an extortionate rates. Mcgilden lends. I can talk. Mcgilden lends money at an extortionate rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him. When they default, he takes the possession of everything they own. He is a vulture that preys on the weak. I've never heard any mention of that before. Oh no, he's a payday lender. Your faculties haven't deserted you, I'm sure, madame. So has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own? What possible reason could this man have had to make use of a public omnibus service? You're not saying that the victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name, save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus Mcgilden. But let it also be known that the very day that Mr. Mason was killed, the final repayment date, was the final repayment date for his debts. Good gracious! The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul was the very last thing he... this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him. His life. By the merciless philanthropist pretender, Magnus Mcgilden. I don't believe it.
Hold it!
It was very dramatic. If I might add something briefly, Miss Susato? You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. Mcgilden. But where is the evidence to support your claim? What? Oh my fucking... Has he had that on his desk the whole time? No! What a fucking Dracula! Yeah, he has a Lady D goblet! Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice in a court of law. Aha! Oh, this is a thing! Okay. Aha!
Wintermute.
There it is!
Blood wine. So he's not only a Dracula, he's also a Klingon in disguise.
Lord Van Zeek's hallowed chalice! How can this be considered acceptable?
I hope someone throws a walnut at your head, Metroid. A walnut.
Listen. Listen. No, I don't have anything to follow that up with. How can this be considered acceptable? But I find myself in unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect to experience it myself. Ah! As a judicial assistant to the defense, I am simply doing my job. What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside. Oh. Allow me to present this ledger as evidence. And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chalice and toast to the enigmatic East at the same time. A marvelous toast, Council. I will gladly accept this new evidence. Okay, we need to investigate some of this stuff. So we were handed a knife and that. Yes, 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum. And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense. Recompense? Well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes. Regrettably, madame, that is the modus operandi of the accused. And it's such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel. No! 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 Still... maybe it's all for the best. Ah, wait a minute. Wait. Let's think about this a little more before. I don't stand for nonsense.
M_C__
Shit.
Raven. Sacrosanct recompense.
Ah, shit. Oops, okay. That was it. The last juror's decision. According to this encyclopedia of British law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here. The final verdict? It's over then. Oh. There's a footnote, though. A footnote? You could say that hamburger is cooked. Yeah! Well done. A footnote? However, the defense... Yeah! Yeah, she did spank that book. All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement that are all in agreement in this case. Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision. According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial. By delivering my final verdict, I trust there are no objections? No, I haven't even had a fucking chance to, like, question anyone. Are you serious? Miss Susato, just tell me one thing. Oh, yes? You were in the middle of saying something before. The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law. However, the defense... What did it say next? Oh yes, of course. One moment. When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended, and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point. Okay, let's do that. Summation examination?
Objection!
A summation examination? From which century has that tome you have there been resurrected? Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. And any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an antiquated procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced.
Wintermute. Resurrected? He is a Dracula.
So you're out of luck. Oh. Is that true, or is he just lying to us? What even is it, Miss Susato? This so-called summation examination. Oh, one moment, and I'll read about it. You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails? A typical Nibanese. Alright, Mr. Johnson, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury. To do what exactly? Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that... if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed. Make them reverse their decisions. Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to accept the influence of the jury's decision. But that procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really, so it fell out of use. I wonder why. Because it was devoid of purpose. Why is this Dracula so racist? I think the time it's set in, also, I don't know yet. We literally just met him. He's probably just an asshole. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting barrister would even assert his right to try this in this day and age. I'm pretty sure the British are proud of things not changing in 50 years. Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked. Yeah, exactly. Get fucked. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. What do you think, Mr. Mr. Hamburger Johnson? I'll do a squeeze Sonic for you, Plum. We voted for Brexit, so now we really are 50 years back in time. Ah, damn. Damn. True facts. Please. Do we assert our right to carry it on? Yeah, let's assert our right. Are you fucking serious? Fuck this guy. The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very highest standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
But it's our right. But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial. The defense's petition is still perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination. This is madness. Foreman, are you and the remainder of the jury ready? Well, I'm not, there was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see, so, all members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. On what grounds? You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot. This is most irregular. No mention of this was made before. I don't really hold with all this justifying lark. That seems to have thrown the jurors off. It seems none of them have experienced this before. Alright then, the summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. It might be the opportunity we've been looking for. To turn this trial around! Yeah! A turnabout! Oh my god! It's a turnabout! 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 Let's do it! Yeah, how dare you expect me to articulate why I want to murder someone? Fucking hell. So be it then. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you. You put your hamburger in, you put your hamburger out, you put your hamburger in, and you turn it all about. Yeah, you did it right, Plum. To state the grounds on which you find the defendant Magnus Mcgilden guilty of this most serious crime. I love how this game is like, it's pretty different from the rest of the series. Like, I know they did something like this around the time when the Professor Layton game came out. They had something similar. It wasn't exactly the same, but this is nice and refreshing for this series. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. I have simply typed and collated all of the statements made thus far and have drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. The scoundrel! Stabbing that poor man on the floor! Did that happen? It beggars belief! I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now. How much is 4 pence? I also don't know what a guinea is. Yeah, not 20 pence. Yeah, that didn't add up. It's like an old pound. Okay. When is lesson 5? Thanks. Thanks, Uchi. Thanks. Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they? Also, Uchi, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I'll just have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language. Just a moment, Mr. Johnson. According to my book, that's not quite how it works. Oh? I thought I was gonna have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant. Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says. But then...
Enter mute. Rhetoric.
Rhetoric, fuck. God damn it, I forgot that's how you pronounce that word. Ah! It's fucking, it's like, it's rhetoric, but also, like, I keep thinking it's rhetorical question, but the fucking word changes when it's just rhetoric.
Enter mute. Indict the heinous rhetoric.
They've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become. Then what on earth am I supposed to do? Oh dear, I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Johnson. Right, I'm sorry. Do you have any idea how to make this work, then? Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments. What do you mean? Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. Yeah, some fucking random members of the public all have direct relations to the fucking... people in the case. They may appear to present a united front, but the truth is, they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together. And that's the way to break them down, you mean? Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says, and see if we can identify any contradictory statements. If we can, We can then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other. I see. So it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. Oh my god. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination. Oh, yeah, I suppose you're right. Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. Alright, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I have to pull this off! The guy in the green said he saw 4 llamas in the carriage. Oh my god. I forgot I have eye makeup on and I just went to go rub my eyes. Cool job. Oops. Can we start the proceedings, counsel? I would ask you to take the stand for this. I'm expecting a clear and concise rebuttal. Yes, my lord. Damn. He's all important and shit. I forgot he has fucking Kazuma's sword. Oh god, okay. I'm gonna save. It's a shame it's not a whip so you could fight Dracula properly, right? Right? Okay, so there was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. Hold on. He has an excellent memory. It seems 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. Okay, so I want to press that. So do I press first? I don't know how this works. I think it said something about not pressing them too much.
Hold it!
Certainly the testimonies we've heard suggested the victim and Mr. Mcgilden were alone inside the carriage. Precisely my point! But could there be some other explanation? Something we haven't considered yet? Such as... well, perhaps that's something we could, all work out together now? Okay, I clearly wasn't supposed to do this. Now listen here, maybe you don't know how things work around here because you're from foreign climes. But we're here to form our opinions as individuals, and I have! Oh dear, he doesn't appear to be in the mood to consider an alternative point of view, does he? No. I'm gonna have to pit the jurors against one another. Okay. Yep, okay, thank you. Cool, now that I got that tutorial. Yep, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna pit... Hold on, I'm gonna pit her and this dude together. So... Pit.
Objection!
Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other. They do. Explain yourself, counsel. Me? Oh dear, what have I said? I swear on Silver Blaze's mane and name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right. I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. That is it. That it is. A fair and convenient single price, just the way Londoners' carriages should be operated. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man? Why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each. If you do the multiplication... Oh. It would be 16 pence. Exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely 1 person's fare. One person's fare. Yes, in other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Good gracious! This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men, one and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword. The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon? Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. Dang, Hamburger! Alright then, how do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end, hmm? Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire onto the innocent side of the set of scales. Now, hold your horses there, coachman. We were all in agreement. Why do you have to go and... Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo. Shit. Hell yeah. Tipping the scales. Literally. Ugh, this is all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir. I'm going to do the same. Okay. For the love of Mike! Not you as well. A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. Oh, really? I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witness again. Oh, well done, Mr. Johnson, you did it! If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue. 2 more, actually. There is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions. Then that's where you must strike next! So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertions. Exactly! You can do it! Wasn't there already a fire that they put in the other side? Do they take... No, they don't. I guess it just gets heavier? I don't know how... Honestly, I don't know how this works. I don't know how this works. Yeah, everyone knows the fires get heavier the second time around. Definitely. Well, the scales of justice have shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination. Okay. I'm changing my leaning to innocent. I should like to hear what the slipshod bookkeeper has to say for himself. No one else in the carriage at the time. Okay. Stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Drawn the logical conclusion. Okay, these 2. It's this one. These 2 have contradicting statements. Those 2 statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel. Post haste. Oh, dearie me. I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual movement when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. What? Can't you see that I'm busy here? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Ha! Wanna test me, do you?
Never trust an old woman in a heart sweater.
Right? So suspicious. It was like this. Stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. Just like the prim banker said. Yes, that was Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true. Now then, juror number 6. Oh, is that me, is it? Oh, what can I do for you, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madame? Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this! He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so. Are we sure juror number 3 isn't the actual murderer? Yeah, right? That could be, Jack the Flipper. Or this old woman's pretty good with a knitting needle. Now don't move. Rip Grandma. Take a look at these 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. Well, I never. They're stabbing in totally different directions. What? Bless my stitches! What a muddle! Bless my stitches. What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh! But why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Why indeed? Why, dear Dusk?
Why, dear Dusk? Why? Can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you say? Oh, dearie me.
Wintermute. Bless my stitches. Juror number 6 is after crimes. Textile degree holding heart.
Very good. I can't abide people telling lies. Hell yeah. The scales. I don't believe it. Hell yeah, Hamburger. Wait. Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit. He's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this? Answer me this, Dark Jinx. Huh? Me? What exactly is the problem? What if 2 witnesses have slightly different recollection of the events? Yeah, objection, extremely fucking racist. Extremely. What of it? Let's say, the Shylock did stab the victim as he sat next to him on the omnibus. And this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and then the Shylock stabbed him again. And this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that, hmm? Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why I should take this knife out? Take this knife to you. Who are you calling old? Why I should take this needle to you? They're ready to kill each other now. I love that animation. I really love that animation of him pulling his cuff up afterwards. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the 2 witnesses see 2 different movements of the same crime?
Wintermute. Yes, yes, let the chaos flow through you.
I want to say no, just for, like, reasons, but I'm not... Hold on, what does my court record look like? No, because it's a single stab wound, right? No, there wasn't more evidence in this. I'm curious about... No, wait, we should look from the top. Hold on. I mean, that bloodstain's in kind of a weird spot. guess it depends what angle you were at, right? Yeah, he was set up with a knife in him. And it looks like he's wearing, like, an apron or something, so how did the blood get there? I feel like there's still a lot to this case. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you dark jinx? Come out with it. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question. What? What are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. So, where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. Uh-oh. I say the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of the question, show me some proof. Okay. It looks like the only way I'm gonna convince him is to prevent him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of the question that two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime, as proven by... I'm gonna say, okay, they do say single stab wound. I'm gonna say that's what it is. Because I don't think I have to present something from the omnibus. I never looked at this. This portfolio must contain all sorts of secrets of London's gentry. Oh dear, do you really think that we ought to look inside? Well, it's not as though we know any of London's gentry personally, is it? Apart from our great detective friend, perhaps. Actually, I wonder. I assure you we will not find Mr. Sholmes' name inside. Well, let's see what we find. Number one Sholmes fangirl over there. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Well, I suppose they're probably not all gentlemen at all, are they? After all, not everyone in this country is well off. Ah, goodness! What is it? Look at this! Do you see the name here? Bruce Fairplay. Oh! Oh, shit. Should that mean something to me? It does sound strangely familiar, actually. That's one of the witnesses, yeah. Bruce Fairplay, the witness testifying at this very moment. Oh, yes, of course, the banker. Why is his name in here? Ah, he borrowed 20 guineas, did he? And look, the repayment date is fast approaching. It's possible that this is just a coincidence, of course. This could be very useful information. Huh. Okay, well... now we know something. I feel like that looks like a... okay, let's check it out. An ornate letter M. Undeniably Mr. Magnus's Mcgilden initial.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, right? That'll be useful in next week when I totally remember that again. You know what? At least it updated the evidence, honestly. It's very beautiful gilded, too. It must be very valuable, I should think. What is it? Look at this M. If you turn it upside down, it becomes a W. This could change everything. A W? Yeah, this is one of those, you know, turnabout cases. I'm sure of it. Literal turnabout! I'm afraid I don't know at all, but what I am sure of is that this is an M. Oh. Well, that idea was quickly quashed. That part's the sheath, isn't it? Are you alright, Mr. Johnson? No, wait, Hamburger. That was Hamburger. No, that was... no, never mind. That was Johnson. Oh, sorry, yes. I just don't really like blades. Oh. Those don't seem like the words of a man with a large katana slung from his waist. That's not a blade. That's Kazuma's soul. Okay. Anyway, there's no sense in delaying it. Let's see what the blade looks like. Ah, fuck, that's a lot of blood. First RE8 and now Ace Attorney. Yeah, right? That looks like a lot like blood. It surely is blood. The victims. An Englishman's blood looks a lot like a Japanese man's blood. Did you think it wouldn't? Sorry, it's just that we've only just arrived here in Great Britain. I'm finding it a little hard to adjust. Yeah, I do understand. Okay. I'm pretty sure we have to present this. I'm gonna say we have to present this. This says a single stab wound. There's no way he got stabbed more than once. And they couldn't have been in the frame to, like, they wouldn't have been able to see it from the other side.
Take that!
This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen. Only once. Aw, shit, we just got an ad. Oops. Only once. Twitch! Only once. It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen 2 different times. All right, I concede defeat. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah! That was easy. Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. We've done it, Mr. Johnson! We've won! Have we? Do you think, that Mr. Dracula's gonna go for this? What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had a consensus. I said shut your trap. I know a liar when I see one. And if the chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. I hate this. Why is this a fucking animation? Why? No! No tongue stuff! Come on! This is not JoJo! God damn it.
Wintermute. This is now a hentai game.
Damn it! Who's better, this guy or Mr. Toothbrush? Damn it! No! Why? Why would you bring up Mr. Toothbrush? This guy probably. Your nickname is Lurtz. Jack the Flipper confirmed. Exactly, right? Clipper, I hope you enjoy this. I know you can't hear me, but...
Indie villain.
Laro, 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 Laro.
Tongue stuff. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't read that, did I? I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. Please tell me he's a barber. It's so strange, it's like bizarre enough to be whatever uncanny valley of horny is. The uncanny valley of horny. Fuck. I love that. I love that term. Yeah, that was pretty JoJo-ish. Okay. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense's summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. Accordingly, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue. I hereby ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. Is this it for today? Is this it for... Oh, no, okay. So, Lord Van Zeeks, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. Thanks for the clip, Indy. Thank you. This bitch and his fucking blood wine. Fucking, what a Dracula. Oh my god, fuck off. What the fuck? How did he not get any on his gloves? Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of this hallowed chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks? Ugh, is it cold in here or is it just me? As your antiquated tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. So I honored a deathly silence. Deathly silence! The opposite of sloppy actually, no, you know what? It might be on the same lines as sloppy science. So I honored a deathly silence and listened to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of the jury. Well, no matter. There is nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth, it would seem. No. And why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. Oh, fuck. He got rid of his Dracula cape, what the fuck? Bring forth the witness once more. Witnesses, I trust you heard the summation examination we just had to endure? Oh, yes, sir. That I did, sir. Of course I heard it. Oh, yes, sir. I heard it. You, sir, on the end. The coachman. I believe it's Beppo? Yes, sir. My lord, sir. If it transpires that in your previous testimony, you were attempting to veil the presence of a 5th passenger on your omnibus, you will be found guilty of perjury. You are advised to keep that in mind, sir. Oh, mio dio, D-I-O, dio. Now then, witnesses, I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination. Straight to hanging. Yep, uh-huh. Okay. I should take a break. By the way, the Wikipedia, or the wiki guide page that I had up for here was telling me that there was supposed to be a, like, separation after this part, but apparently it just goes straight through, and we only have an hour left-ish, so we're probably gonna have to, like, cut in the middle of the case. Just a heads up. I don't know how much more of this we're gonna get through, but hopefully this will at least get through this next section. I'm gonna be right back, everyone. Please go grab some water, go grab a snack, go do a stretch, and I will see you all soon. BRB. It would probably be safe to assume that Beppo is Italian, considering he said something in Italian, but I don't know. Apparently I just looked up that restaurant, it's owned by, like, Planet Hollywood, which is something. Does that have his name? No, it just says Beppo. Okay. Various misgivings. I only carried 4 passengers that night, I swear it. Well, I forgot. I, for one, blah, blah, blah. So, me reading a whole bunch of text over and over for like 4 hours, at the end of the stream, I am always like tripping over every single one of my words. I don't know what it is, but I just expect it at this point. It's a lot of text to read out loud, and remember everyone's voices that I was doing for everyone. Well, I, for one, was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. He fiddled us on the fare, he did, and then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much. I tell you, I saw Mcgilden stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Oh, yes, he stabbed him. Yeah, he did. I think so, yes. Counsel, make sense of this for me, please. The phantom 5th passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. And the confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little consonants. My fucking god. I'm assuming this means something about, like, sleight of hand. Or, like, making something up. I'm gonna look at this word. Consonage. The practice of deception / trickery.
Wintermute. Cousinage.
Cousinage. Okay, it is cousinage. Sly little cousinage. Beppo, explain yourself. I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster. The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare? It's so cold, and the last run of the day is always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. I am sorry. You're a disgrace, Beppo, a disgrace! And your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild! If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week. What? 4 passengers at 5 pence each is, yeah, it's 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently. No, that figures. Oh my god, that must be where calzone gets its name because it cheats you into thinking you're eating peer pressure pizza. Listen, I love calzones, I have to say. But also, I like I actually don't know if there's a difference between panzerotti and calzones. I think calzones are supposed to be baked and panzerottis are fried. Yo, I love... now I fucking want one for dinner. I love panzerottis. They're like, it's just a deep fried pizza. It's like a deep fried pizza shell. It's so good. Calzones are good too. They're baked, but very good. Italian dialect, probably a special use of calzone trouser leg with reference to the shape of the pizza. Trouser leg. Peer pressure panzerottis, yup. Stromboli. Stromboli is, it's basically like, it's the log-shaped one, right? Stromboli. Messi! Yes, Stromboli is the rolled-up one. Those are also good. Messi, thank you so much for the raid! Hey, how is Destiny? How is Destiny? Hey there, Lego! Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. We're playing Great Ace Attorney. We're on the first case where we meet Van Zeek's Mr. Dracula. So no spoilers. We're just getting into it. Yeah, I hope Destiny was awesome. I hope you had a great stream. Oh, you were playing Ace Attorney too? Nice. I assume you're much further in this game than I am, because I took a break for like 2 months. Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. Final chapter. Oh, wow. Wow. Dang. So, counsel for the defense. Your cross-examination, if you please. We've already had the pleasure of a protracted summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. I stand Van Zeeks to call him daddy from time to time and get bonked for it. Oh, God. Yeah, we just met him. He's kind of an asshole, but I guess we're gonna find out more about him as we play through the game, right? A fried turnover rather than an oven-baked one. Yes, okay, cool. I thought that might have been the difference, but I wasn't sure. Thanks for looking that up. The difference between calzones and panzerades. Absolutely. Gonna cross-examine again? Cool. Various misgivings. I only carried 4 passengers that night. I swear it. But oh, we should be pressing, right? Because we already did this. Okay, let's press everything.
Hold it!
So, there were only 4 passengers on your carriage, but you didn't charge them the standard 4p fare. Is that right? It's impossible to make the last run of the day pay. I was so cold, it was all I could do to stop myself from passing out. He has a different expression on than he did before. I'm gonna keep checking. I'm getting chilblains? I have to look up so many words that I've never seen before in this game. Painful inflammation of small blood vessels in your skin that occur in response to repeated exposure to cold? Oh, okay. I see. Got it. Words I don't know how to pronounce. Yeah, there's a lot of... I've been looking them all up because I'm not sure. There's also some words that, like, I'll hear the pronunciation, I'll be like, oh, that's how that word is spelled. It was terrible, so I wanted to give myself a pat on the back for even keeping the bus running. Doesn't a dedicated coachman deserve an extra penny per passenger? You're digging a deeper hole for yourself here. If only there had been a 5th passenger on the omnibus that night. Then we would have had another suspect. I still think there's a 5th passenger. I think he's lying. Well, I, for one, was told I had to pay 5p for the bus.
Hold it!
Does it mean that everyone on board that night paid 5p instead of 4? Well, I paid 5p too, sir. And I just told you that I did. A flat fare of 5p across the board. It's not something to be proud of. The so-called discrepancy my learned friend here identified was nothing of the sort. Learned? Is that... okay. Much like the Phantom Killer you desperately needed, it's gone. Dead and buried. I'd have been happy if it had ever existed in the first place. He fiddled us on the fare, he did, and then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much.
Hold it!
This blood-curdling sight, you mean the murder, I presume? Yes, sir. Hold it! A loathsome sight. No one should have to witness the horror in the eyes of a man the moment his life is taken. Oh, well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed. Good gracious, really? Ah, fuck. We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified to it. Huh, but Mr. First didn't actually see the point at which the victim was killed. That may turn out to be very significant. I heard the banker gent next to me take a sharp intake of breath, see? That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw that horrible blade poking out from his belly, all covered in blood. Every time I see a knife now, I can't help screaming, even when I'm eating. Oh. I tell you, I saw Mcgilden stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands.
Hold it!
So you saw the defendant, Mr. Mcgilden, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him. And that's what I said, isn't it? It was bothering me before this was. For just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering that question. Oh. Anyway, there was only the two of them inside the carriage, wasn't there? Should I? He's not fiddling with his hat anymore. Hold on. There's been much talk of a fifth passenger, but as yet, zero evidence. Then what are we wasting all this time for, eh? It's black and white. The man's guilty. Something about Mr. Fairplay's testimony just jars with me. I wish I could work out what it was. Was that everything? Is that everything we questioned? Okay. Huh. Not long ago, this trial very nearly... Oh, sorry. Hold on. We've managed to keep our chances alive here. I should have pressed that last statement before continuing. I can't waste this cross-examination. I have to use it to bring some new facts to life. If you're not careful when you press these witnesses, the danger is that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful as they did before. Maybe, but we can't let the fear of that happening stop us from uncovering new information. Yeah, I was thinking about the ledger too, but I don't know if it's the right time yet. Yes, you're so right. I need to pay careful attention here. I don't want to miss even a flicker of a reaction among these witnesses. Okay, it was clearly that line that he was talking about, right? Remember, if you happen to spot one of the witnesses reacting in a strange way, don't hesitate to pursue them as to the reason. Okay, hold on. I didn't get to press the last statement. Because I skipped over it. Okay.
Hold it!
Earlier you testified that you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly stabbed the victim, didn't you? Oh, yes, that's right. You said that the victim was on the floor and described the assailant holding the knife in an ice pick grip. I suppose. I might have, you know, yeah. Put the cart before the horse, maybe? What's this? Well, I'm quite sure about most of it. I was driving the horses when I heard a scream from the seats on the roof deck. Oh, I expect that was me, sir. And then when I turned around, yes, I saw it through the skylight. The gentleman was on the floor and the knife was sticking up out of his midriff. That doesn't line up with the evidence, though. That's right, yes, and the fellow man holding the handle was the famous man, yes. So, in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all? I really thought I did, but when I go over it again in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of this stabbing. Oh, it's very obvious when someone has something to say, huh? I kept looking for, like, subtle changes in their characters and forgot that this happens. Let's pursue this. Excuse me, sir. Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay? Now you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Eh? Are you asking me or telling me? He's getting flustered. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Could he have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? No chance, or some days are just like that. We don't know where he was sitting. I'm also very confused about the driver being able to look in and see the murder when the driver's seat was on the opposite side of the skylight. And also, how could he have seen it with someone sitting in front of him? I suspect we'll find out the answers to these questions later. But I'm gonna say I don't think he saw the exact moment the crime was committed. Well, it is a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on the top of an omnibus, that is. Peeping? I'm a respectable city banker, I'll have you know. And I know what I saw. I remember it as clear as a Ballarat day. Oh. Wait, this guy's Australian? Hold on, this guy's Australian. Crikey! Oh, fuck! Ballarat's a city in the Central Highlands of Victoria, Australia. Turnabout! And I know what I saw. I remember it as clear as a Ballarat day. Crikey! It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Oh, I can do that all right. I'll tell you just how grim it was. Blackjack of Ballarat is in a different Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, they seem to be making a lot of references to Sherlock Holmes. I believe also, like, the first part of this, like, was a Sherlock Holmes story, or this is similar to a Sherlock Holmes story? Do you think I'd forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after the butcher stabbed the man? Crikey!
Hold it!
Blood-soaked. Ahem! Well, perhaps soaked is laying it on a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. And you saw that from the roof, through the skylight? Well, the skylight's reasonably large, so I had a pretty good view. And there was a lamp on inside the carriage as well, so I'm quite sure of what I saw. This banker's latest statement. I feel sure there's something not quite right about it. Yeah, there wasn't a ton of blood. When you feel something doesn't add up, Mr. Wright, Mr. Johnson, that's when you should have a good look through this court record. I gotta present something to that last statement. Hold on, we're just going through this dialogue that we've already read. We have a ton of proof. I don't know which one is the right proof to present, though. Like, we could present the carriage itself because, you know, there's literally, like, one single place that there's blood. Oh, wait, hold on. He's specifically mentioning blood-soaked hands. Hold on. Okay, well, then we should probably present the gloves, right? Because it's clearly not blood-soaked.
Objection!
Blood-soaked hands? Well, I admit that soaked might be laying it on a little thick, but... But anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. Mcgilden, on the night in question. Oh, yes, right. And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-colored stain there. But, as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove. Ah! What are you doing? What are you doing? In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent. Ah! But no, that can't be right. So you're the liar here, then? Ah! That's right, you were quite clear about it. You said, "Ha! It was both hands!" Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed. But is that really the truth? It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it wasn't both hands, it was only one, but the fact remains. The victim's blood was on the accused.
Objection!
No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands. Which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. Crikey! Why? Why? I'm a city banker, for pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard. I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snipe. Upstanding members of society don't prevaricate. Prevaricate? Don't lie! He's claiming to have no reason to lie. But is that really the case?
Wintermute. Prevaricate.
Prevaricate, okay. Mr. Johnson, if we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, it could turn the tide in this trial completely. Yeah, we're about to do it. I know something. To lie in his testimony, yes. I have evidence. My lord. Yes, counsel?
Wintermute. Indict the heinous prevarication and order off Panzerotti.
Peer pressure, Panzerotti. The defense is ready to present evidence. By Jove, are you sure? Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony. Very well. I hereby call on the defense to present its evidence. The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness's alleged deception of the court. It's the ledger. Here we go.
Take that!
This is a list of the debtors who owe money to Mr. Mcgilden. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused's extortion. The point is, among the names of these debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Crikey! What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused? No, well, it's barely worth being called a debt. According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, would you say? 20 guineas in CAD It's not gonna convert it. In pounds? It's not gonna convert this for me. How much is 25 guineas worth today? 69 euro? Is that 69 pounds? Hold on. No, there's no actual direct conversion because it's okay. They no longer exist. Yeah, so they don't, there's like inflation on it. Okay. I'm not gonna figure this out. Well, what of it? Let's suppose Mr. Mcgilden were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case? These documents state that the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist. Cease to exist? Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw, in a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant? Ugh. Crikey! Order, order, order! Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes, my love. Let me ask you again. And be aware that your answer may have most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you or did you not see the precise moment in time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? Uh-oh. Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. All right, let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth, pinch. A pinch? But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on Mcgilden's hand. Both of them.
Objection!
And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves, which we have here as evidence, is stained. Ugh, so you keep saying. I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir? Go ahead, Mr. First. Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself. As it happens. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant's hands. I think, yeah. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands. Yeah, not just one. What? What? Come on, I just, like, debunked that whole thing. Dude's hat doesn't fit, even though he's supposed to be a hat maker. It would appear that we're going to need further testimony from all you witnesses. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yars. Mr. Johnson, this is good news. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last. Yes. I might finally have a chance to turn things around here. We gonna get a turnabout? There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment of the stabbing transpired, if that matters. Of course that fucking matters! I remember seeing the knife, and then I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, no. Not until I heard that scream. Anyway, the fact remains. There can't have been anyone else inside that carriage or we all would have seen. I think there's places in that carriage that you could hide that no one would see you. Well, lo and behold. In truth or fact, not one of you was witness to the crucial moment the crime was perpetrated. I apologize, my lord, but honestly... Ah! There was no one else inside that carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. Ugh! That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it! Maybe all the passengers took a stab. Yeah! That's not really what testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witness's accounts. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the facts of the case. Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel. Yes, my lord. What the witnesses really saw. There was blood on both the hands of the assailant. Okay, I'm gonna press everything. No, the evidence tells us otherwise. We have the gloves that the defendant was wearing on the night in question in the courtroom. Paramud! Yeah! Woo! Hey! Thank you so much for the raid! Yay! I hope you're doing well. What is not tonight? Tell me about this game that I don't know about. Welcome in, Raiders. Hey there, Plutonan. Or Plutonin? Plutonin? Paramud likes chunky milk. Very good. Very good. Chunky milk like cheese? I love cheese. I hope everyone's doing well today. Hello, hello. We are playing the Great Ace Attorney. We are not, like, we started a new chapter of it today. This is the case of the... Shit, what's this one called? The Adventure of the Runaway Room. That's it. That's it. Not tonight's a game like Papers, Please, but you're a bartender. Okay, that actually sounds really good. Huh. That's interesting. I'm gonna write that game down. Or I'm gonna put it up in a browser window, rather. Well, I hope you had a great stream. Thank you so much for bringing your community over here. For those of you who don't know me, hi. I'm Metroid Prime. I'm a variety streamer. Or not a bartender, a doorman. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. That seems pretty interesting. Huh. I also really like the art style. Huh. Yeah, I might have to check this out. It looks sweet. Thank you so much for bringing your community over here. I have a little introduction video to play for everyone. Kind of introduce you to the stream. What I'm all about, you know. So here we go. Here, I swear I know where the button is for this. There we go. So yeah, it's kind of just story time right now. I'm just doing some voice acting, reading out this visual novel. The Ace Attorney series is so good. This is the only game from the Ace Attorney series I have not played yet. This is the Great Ace Attorney. And here we go. Here we go. We're doing cross-examination at the moment. We have the gloves the defendant was wearing on the night in question in the court record. Ace Attorney is such a good series. I love it so much. This game's doing some really interesting things that I haven't really seen before. Really enjoying it so far. I'm well aware of that, sir, but nevertheless, I know what I saw and I stand by it. The man had blood on both his hands. He's defiant, even in the face of hard evidence. He's steadfastly refusing to admit that he might be mistaken about what he saw. But why? Your reasoning is dire. One hand or two, the salient point remains unchanged. Minutes after the grim crime, the victim's blood dripped guiltily.
Wintermute. Erythmov.
The victim's blood dripped guiltily. Is that a word? The victim's blood dripped guiltily from the accused's fingers. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters.
Hold it!
It does fucking matter. Don't try to downplay this. Whether or not you saw the exact moment of the crime is a matter of fundamental importance, as well you know. But, for crying out loud, we all know that no one else could have possibly done it. I was just, trying to save us all some time. You have a loan of 20 guineas outstanding with the defendant, do you not? Had you hoped to release yourself from that financial burden by ensuring the defendant was found guilty? That's not entirely what I was hoping for. I just lost a little guinea or 10 when I backed the wrong house in the Derby, that's all. I was gonna win it all back. There's a fixture this weekend that is a sure thing. Huh. A little guinea or 10? I'm a banker. No one bats an eye if I borrow a little spending money for the weekend. Huh. Back the wrong house. It was horse, wasn't it? It was horse. They were horse betting. Did I say house? Okay. I think you may have revealed rather more about your character than you bargained for, sir. This witness's scruples are not on trial here. Proceed to the next witness. Is that really how it's supposed to work? I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them.
Hold it!
You definitely saw that too? Blood on both hands? Yes, sir. I mean, I know what you're going to say. Only one of Mr. Mcgilden's gloves has any sign of blood on it. That's right. The thing is, as far as I remember, sir, when I looked down and saw Mr. Mcgilden sitting beside the other fellow, I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, sir. He wasn't wearing these gloves? That's correct, sir, and I saw the blood on both his bare hands quite clearly. It's true that the dark-colored stain on the dark leather gloves wouldn't have been easy to see. I should point out that the police officer who apprehended the accused on the night in question reported that there was no trace of blood on Mr. Mcgilden's gloved hands. Huh. Are we about to accuse an Australian of murder? Crikey! Crikey! Please, like, I don't know how many times I've said crikey this stream, but it's been entirely too many. Or not enough. I don't know. There wasn't blood on his hands? This is puzzling indeed. This must be significant somehow, I'm sure of it. Not enough. Need a counter on the recap. Right? I feel like that was a very suspicious statement. Okay. I didn't actually see anything myself. No, not until I heard that scream.
Hold it!
Has this been a relatively Aussie-heavy trial? I don't remember why this started. It's carried over from the fucking stream on Sunday with Crikey, and we were talking about doing British accents, and I was like, I can't do one. And then I said Crikey as a joke, and I've been... I mean, the middle guy is, I think, from Australia. I think he's Australian. I think the banker is Australian, which just happened to be a good coincidence. You didn't see anything? Oh, yes, sir. That is to say, no, sir, I didn't. Very sorry about what I said before, sir. Very sorry, yes. It was very wrong of me to make up stories, and I say I saw him stab the man. Yeah, Sheila's. Wouldn't you agree, sir? I know what you're insinuating, but I certainly wasn't making up stories. Still, to say you saw nothing isn't right either, is it? No, sir, I saw nothing at all. Mr. Beppo, you were driving your horses. Your houses. At the very least, you, must have enjoyed a good view of London's streets, no? Good line of questioning, Hamburger. Oh, please, you didn't even see that? And it was so cold that night, you see, all I could do was it was all I could do from keeping from passing out, sir. Yes, my head was fairly frozen solid, sorry to say, sir. It would seem prudent to avoid travel on the last omnibus service of London's cold winter nights. Beppo! Ah! Anyway, the fact remains, there can't have been anyone else inside that carriage or y'all would have been seen. Thank you, Clipper, for the 69 bits. Nice. 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 Anyway, the fact remains, there can't have been anyone else inside the carriage or we all would have seen. And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the omnibus? And that's right, it was fiercely cold that night, but the glass wasn't frosted over. Oh yes, I remember I was shivering, it was so bitter. Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. Well, I don't know about this young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin. Oh? Why not? It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door. It was locked? That's right! It's like a public bus service, for pity's sake. That's not what I'd call fair play. Yeah, I had exactly the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below. Well, I can assure you I wasn't just looking down, I was glaring, long and hard. And that's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence that if there was anyone else in there at all in that cabin, I would have noticed. Unequivocal, I could say. Or I would say, rather. I'm not so sure about these two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? No, I don't think they could have. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus and witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight in the floor of the upper deck. Is that right? That's right, yes. Where were you fucking sitting? Can we please know where everyone was sitting? In that case... There is a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you. What? By golly, really? Obviously at this stage we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied. That at the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus.
Objection!
Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. Hey there, Tim, welcome in. You will identify the area on this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting that this potential extra passenger could have been situated? Like here, right? I'm assuming they were sitting in the part that can see in and not in the front chair.
Take that!
Both rows of the seats on the floor are on the roof facing the direction of travel. Whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other. Which means the visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight, is as I've drawn here. Ah! That's right, my lord. As you can see, the seat opposite the one of which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it. Ah! Crikey. It's quite possible. Some phantom was sitting there. Unibunnies have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. This fucking guy. I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. Rejoinder. A sharp or witty reply. Okay. In a British court of law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude. Can you, Mr. Johnson? I don't know about that. Actually, hold on. I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck? Okay. We're assuming that there is another person here. And they seem to think that this person who stabbed, the other person was sitting beside him. So in order to not implicate the defendant, is the defendant? Is that what the terminology is? We should probably say it's him. I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name. Wait, where did he get another fucking glass from? You are a fool. That response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. Glasses obey his command? What the fuck? A toast to hard lessons not yet learnt. Cheers. Let us not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat. This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. On that night, on the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was Mr. Magnus Mcgilden. I'm gonna go for this. It is Hamburger Johnson. Hey there, Great Newtons. Welcome in. The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to be Mr. Magnus Mcgilden. Mcgilden? What are you talking about, counsel? That's the name of the defendant. Oh, fuck. We're doing a turnabout here.
Objection!
What? Holy shit. Dude. What the fuck? How many chalices does this guy have? If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, do forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Zeeks. People talk of those tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own. But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say? Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It's the very premise on which this case is built.
Objection!
Yeah, this guy's racist as fuck. His opening line was literally racist. But that premise might be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. Mcgilden, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way. What inconsistency, counsel? The defendant's gloves, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim.
Objection!
Yet we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains.
Objection!
The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance. Yes, their testimony remains unchanged. Exactly. They both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on the passenger's hands, both of them.
Objection!
And who was this third party? Obviously, the true culprit. Extraordinary! Oh shit. It's turnabout time. You're getting a flashy thing? Oh, like the migraine thing? The glitchy migraine thing? Order, order, order! What exactly are you postulating? Yeah, ocular migraine, yeah. I hate those. You know what? I haven't had one of those in a really long time. I've been very lucky, yeah. Although, you know what? They don't affect me too badly. Like, it's literally just annoying. It's not ever painful. The defense's postulation is just that. Nothing more than conjecture. The witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused.
Objection!
But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes. The tops of their heads were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them, though. Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir. And what particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First? This person's not a hatter. I'm afraid I don't remember. And you call yourself a hatter? The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin. How can you be so sure? Because if there had been, the accused, Mr. Mcgilden, would undoubtedly have offered to dispose that fact. Depose? Depose. Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed even to notice the presence of the true culprit in the very cabin which he traveled. He's right. If there was another person traveling in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus, it's inconceivable that Mr. Mcgilden would have been unaware of it. Well, he was passed out! Didn't he say he was passed out the entire time? Order! There is clearly a simple solution to this problem. Bring the accused, Mr. Mcgilden, to the stand.
Inconceivable!
Inconceivable! Well, what say you, counsel? The prosecution objects, my lord. On what grounds? As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police. But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely? Agnes Mcgilden is no uneducated ruffian. If it indeed turns out that the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been a most deliberate act. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion? My lord, should we ask Mr. Mcgilden to testify or not? Yeah, I think we should demand his testimony. Yes, we have to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. Mcgilden to the stand. In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of the jury. Yes, I need a little time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. Mcgilden has to say. Get the man out here, I say! It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony. When something needs doing, get it done! That's how I run things at the guild. Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say? Oh, yes, that would be lovely. Yes, the jury says the man must be heard. Very well. The court will hear the defendant's testimony. Bailiff, show the defendant to the stand at once. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. Let the proceedings be resumed. Mr. Mcgilden, have you been listening to the discourse of the day? To be sure I have, my lord. There are now 2 matters on which the court desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police? God, no! 'Tis not in my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell yous all or keep me mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. Mcgilden? The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. In the carriage on the night of meself and the other man, there was another passenger. It's true. Aye, and 'twas me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. What? You... what? You just killed a... Hamburger Johnson. No, Magnus Mcgilden. That convenient excuse can't save you now. I'm truly sorry, so I am. Lord Van Zeeks? I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was... well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and not in any way involved, you see. What? If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she'd done it. They'd have hauled her into this here courtroom, just like meself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. Okay, so as a child... And who was this young child of whom you speak? That I don't know. You don't know? Aye, well, the wee thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since.
Objection!
We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for the witness's statements to be disregarded by the court. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the urchin here isn't in this courtroom as we speak, listening to the proceedings. What? What? Ah! Smoke! Ah! Fire! There's a fire! Look, someone's trying to get away! After them! It's no use! I can't see anything through this fire! What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Johnson! Cover your face! Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus! I hereby call an emergency recess! Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. Jesus. We were hurriedly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the bailiff. Amid scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. Shit. To be continued, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I won. I don't know if I could consider that winning. Okay. That's it, at least for our story today. We will continue this next Tuesday. The Adventure of the Runaway Room with Hamburger Johnson.